Hello, this is Manesh Patel today from the EII Capital Group. Today is April 18th, 2011. It's our weekly Ichimoku analysis for the futures markets where we cover everything from commodity futures to metals to natural gas to oil and gas and stuff like that. Let's begin because I'm sure everyone's curious about gasoline. That's due to all the prices at the pump and stuff like that. Okay, this is a disclaimer to state this is for education use only. All charts that you see are going to be from Thinkorswim, TradeStation, or FreeStockCharts.com. Here are my contact details if you have any questions. Also, you can follow us on Twitter at Ichimoku Trading, or you could go to our website ichimokutrade.com and access any of our free videos or services that we have available. Okay, so let's go straight to the charts as we normally do and go through all the futures that we could see in Thinkorswim. Remember, left hand side is the weekly time frame, right hand side is the daily time frame. So let's go through all the futures from the very beginning. Let's start off with cocoa. If you look at cocoa futures, the weekly time frame was basically in influx last week and still is in a state of influx here. You could see the nice down move here. It's pulled back and looks like it's trying to sit there and go bearish here. Now this does look like a healthy pullback here. However, the weekly is in a state of influx, so don't get this right here, this down move here, to think that this thing's going to start going down at all. It's really got to sit there and break 29.25 to start going lower. But the weekly time frame is telling me to stay away from this, not even try to go short-term short as far as daily time frame is concerned. Crude oil, let's go look at crude oil. You can see from the weekly time frame, crude oil is way overextended. It's going for its healthy pullback, which it definitely needs. If you look here, daily time frame too, it's got in this pullback here. By no means is this bullish trend over at all. The first minor support we have is 104.84, and the next level we have is 101.62. So just look out for those levels, for them to be basically pull back to those levels if it goes far as that. However, this could be just a minor pullback to keep on going higher. Remember, we did get to a 112 target, and we sit there and projected that it's going to go a lot higher than that, and eventually maybe even try to go to $126 a barrel, but we did sit there and project some intermediate levels that we showed you last time. So don't start shorting crude oil at all, like some people I know started to do that today. If you look at cotton, weekly time frame, it's doing its pullback. Major support level is going to be 165.42. You can see the huge gap here in cotton that happened a couple of days ago, last Friday I believe that was it, 14th, and you could see they just gapped to the bottom of the cloud and it's kind of holding around here. That's the price you pay for playing with futures, especially if you're getting straight in getting the futures without options. Major support level is going to be 165.42. Look for that level to hold. If it doesn't, it's going to go lower. Okay, the U.S. dollar index, remember we're saying is bearish trending. It still is bearish trending. Here's the weekly time frame. It does look like a double bottom here, but this is not a confirmed double bottom at all. Major resistance levels as far as the long-time charts are concerned at 76.60 and 78.23. If you look at the daily time frame here, you could see that it's doing a pullback here. It's got to hold 76.10 to keep on going this nice low downward trend, and we're going to be able to tell tomorrow. But this does look like it's going to hold very strong here at the 76.10 level and continue its journey downwards and possibly break this level here. Next 3 weeks for the U.S. dollar are critical. If it breaks down further, this is definitely going to start breaking down further and start a trend to the bottom side. Feeder cattle. If you look at feeder cattle, the first of the meats, as I call them, you could see that it's in the bullish trend. We pulled back to the Tinkinson. That's what this reflected here. We're holding right now here. Key is what's going to happen right around this level. This more just sits here and doesn't start going up, the weaker this thing is, and it's going to break down and eventually probably get to 124.80, where that would be the next major support level. Lean hogs, if you look at it, is bullish trending, a lot stronger than the feeder cattle that we just looked at. Was it feeder cattle? Yep, the feeder cattle that we looked at. So you could see here, this is bullish, definitely bullish. This gapped up. It's been holding strong right above the gap. Has not even filled the gap compared to feeder cattle at all. So if you want to do a pairs trade, you could go long lean hogs and short feeder cattle as a pairs trade moving forward. Copper, you could see bullish trending. It's pulling back right now. Major support levels at 4.128. It's got to hold there to keep on going strong. It does look like it has probably this week or next week to sit there, go down to that level, which would form a double bottom here, and then possibly can go up. I definitely wouldn't be sitting there going short long term at all. If you want to go short, go for a short term, maybe down to this level here, 4.128, but don't think of it as long term until you see those levels broken. Heating oil, as you can see from the weekly time frame, is bullish trending on the weekly and daily. Minor support levels are 3.123, and next one's going to be 3.0288. We're expecting at least get to 3.0288 and then determine exactly what it wants to do. Coffee, you could tell from the weekly time frame, is bullish trending. Daily over here is starting to trend too, and this looks very powerful to possibly break this double top over here. So be very careful where coffee can sit there and explode to the top side even further now. It does have momentum, so it does have a possibility of breaking through the top. Lumber, you could see it's just crashed majorly. It was trending. It's doing its major pullback here to a point now. The weekly time frame is in the cloud, so we're consolidating here. If you look at lumber here, definitely need to pull back all the way up to 281 before you could even think about entering this to short side or anything at all. Live cattle, this is long too. This is kind of in between the feeder cattle and the other one, so definitely look at the other feeder cattle and the lean hogs more than live cattle moving forward if you'd like to trade some of the meats out there. Natural gas, look at natural gas, consolidation. That's all you could say. It's got a little while before it could sit there and starts going up, but if it gets above 4.3, then you possibly can look at this going into the future. Orange juice on the weekly time frame, major trend, bullish trending going to the top side. It's pulling back. It's at a major support level now. It's really got to hold the 162.50 in order for this thing to keep on going up. If it breaks the 173.25, then this thing can sit there and start a trend to the top side, retest the highs, and possibly go higher. So you got two levels here where OJ is going to kind of make its decision in which way it wants to go. Palladium, if you look at it, bullish trending on the weekly time frame, it's pulling back now. It's got to really sit there and hold this level here of 7, really not even there, about 685.29. So it's gonna looks like it's gonna sit there and try to get to this double bottom here, and as far as the daily time frame is concerned, but the daily really needs to equalize in the next couple of days. So in the next couple of days, if this thing equalizes, then by the end of this week, that does have a chance of sitting there starting a short-term bearish movement. If you look at platinum, still bullish trending on the weekly time frame. It's consolidating here and basically at a major support right now. 1761 is a major support level that it's got to sit there and overcome. Sorry, 1740.10, which is right about here. So this definitely, if it needs to pull back. If it could pull back to about 1765 and then start moving up, that'll be perfect ideal where platinum can gain momentum to move to the top side. Gasoline, which is everyone's favorite. You could tell from the bullish trend here on the daily. You could see that we got to our level here that we were looking for, and we look like we're sitting there trying to go higher. So we're definitely sitting there trying to go higher. So the next level that we're looking for gasoline to get to is 3.44. So believe it or not, tighten up your wallets. We're about to go higher. Sugar, if you look at sugar, the weekly is completely broken down into being a major pullback and maybe even not even being a pullback, a trend reversal here. You can see the daily is completely broken down completely. However, you definitely need a major pullback up before you can even start looking at shorting this at all. So you would need to look for a level for it to at least get to 25 before you could look for it to get lower. Silver, nothing to say. You can probably hear it on the news. Everyone's out to buy everything silver. Be very careful if you're trying to go long silver now. If you're not already in a trade, reason why is everyone's now talking about silver. When everyone starts talking about something, tendencies are it's going to reverse. So be very careful. Gold, magical gold, has continued its journey upwards. It's now at the 1500 level. It sees it in sight. When it gets to 1500, it's going to be the key thing. What's going to happen? You could see that it's bullish trending on both the daily and weekly, and moving forward very, very strong. 30-year Treasury bonds. You could see from the weekly time frame, there's nothing really there. It's just consolidating. Daily, same thing, nothing there for 30-year Treasury bonds. Corn, bullish trending on the weekly, but you look here, it's at a major resistance level that we bounced off yesterday. It does still have a lot of momentum where it can keep on going if it wants right now, but it's got a window of opportunity to do so. If you look at basically the daily, we're at a major support level right now at 740. If it breaks down, the next level is going to be 750, 740, and if it breaks down, it could get to 695. If it holds at 695, then it does have a potential of retesting a high. 10-year Treasury bonds, really nothing there on daily or weekly. No use even zooming in on those charts. Oats, if you look at oats, it's done its pullback here. Looks like it's trying to go up, but it's kind of staggered here right at 400. The key thing is this thing's got to break above 400 to start that bullish trend again, or if it breaks below 359, then this thing's over as far as bullish trend, and the trend reversal is going to take place. Wheat, if you look at wheat, wheat is just consolidating on both the daily and the weekly. Nothing really there. However, on the daily, if it does sit there and break about 820, then this possibly can sit there and start a trend going to retest the highs. If it breaks below 732, then you're definitely going to have a retest at the bottom of the range of the weekly time frame. That's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next week.